Hey guys, this is my son Paul. He's joining us here with the rifle painting. Um, Paul himself doesn't actually have an AR, but he does have a 243 and a 22 rifle that he is quite accurate with and all that. Paul is our second to youngest. There's my biological second to youngest son. He also has autism, so let's keep up the autism awareness, folks, okay? He's very high function, so don't let that scare you about him. Okay? And then joining us now is my stepdaughter, River. And she has just recently been introduced to firearms, firearm safety, hunting and fishing. And do you enjoy it, River?
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Okay, believe it or not, she actually does. She's just a little camera shy. So, okay. All right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to pass the phone to Paul. And we're going to go with the first pattern of the rifle. Okay? So, Paul, make sure that you get the whole rifle, okay? Step back as you need to, okay? Now, Jeremiah, what are you going to use here? You're going to use just some sticks and some dry pine straw, I think is what he said he's going to use. So he's bringing that over here. And when you decide to paint your rifle, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a camo pattern, okay? So it doesn't have to be perfect. So you don't have to, unless you're just got OCD real bad or trying to do the digital camo or the new multi-cam Scorpion camo that U.S. Army uses. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of. The only major time and effort you got to put into is your clean and prep. Okay. So painting it is real simple. Okay. So what we're doing is we're gonna need a whole lot more, son. Just get big handfuls. We're just gonna take big handfuls of pine straw, or you can use grass, or you can use limbs and leaves. That's fine. Leave them on there. As you can see, we've got all this pine straw here. Come on. Okay. Just drop it on there, and like most of the videos say, like I said earlier, there's probably 500 videos out there about painting AR rifles or painting handguns in general. We're doing like most of the other guys do. We're using the Rust-Oleum. I even have a can of Krylon that I'm using for certain colors, because Rust-Oleum just didn't have the really dark colors that I like, because I prefer to hunt in a real secluded general area, and especially with hogs. I mean, hogs are, for the most part, kind of blind, but they do have good hearing, they do have good smell, and be careful. Be careful, guys, out there. Those things are like Cape buffaloes. They will charge. Trust me, I've been treed more times than what. Okay, here we go. So now we got the pine straw. Now it looks like we've got the entire rifle covered, which we do, but what I've noticed in the last couple of airsoft rifles that I painted when I used to do airsoft is that paint actually gets down in there, and you want it to, like I said, you're trying to just do a breakup. Okay, like I've said, I'm by no means an expert, and right now we're using the Rust-Oleum camouflage, okay, and the Army green. It's a little bit lighter than the actual olive drab green here. Okay, this I think it's more of the color back that military wore back in Vietnam and Korea and all that, and all veterans, thank you for your service. Okay. Myself, I wasn't in the military, but my son Jeremiah, he wants to join the Navy. He wants to be a Navy SEAL. He wants to be like Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle is a great guy. We got a chance to meet him a few years back, and that was real important to him. So we're going to make sure our can is shook real well, and we're going to make sure that everybody's out of the way. I got the wind facing in my blowing in my face, which I prefer, because I got Jeremiah's truck right here, so I don't want to make it olive drab, or I don't want to make it army green. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over it real good, just like this. Okay, just paint it. Okay, and that's it, just like that. And then what we're going to do here in just a second, I'm going to let it dry for just a minute before I take everything off. Then we'll flip it over and do the other side. Okay. Most of the time I see guys using grass and everything. Well, we don't have real tall grass around here. Like I said, we're in southeast Georgia near Fort Stewart. So that's why I said earlier there's a lot of hogs down here, and that's what this is a hog rifle, okay? And it's actually been a good rifle. Some people, they don't like the quote-unquote plastic rifle that ATI makes, but I'm going to tell you, this is one fine shooting, one very accurate rifle. The best part about it, I think it's probably got one of the best factory or mil spec triggers you can actually get out there. And again, I'm one man's, and that's one man's opinion. My son worked very hard doing odd and end jobs and everything, saved up the money and gave it to me, and I bought him the rifle. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're just going to remove everything, just like this here, and just toss it on the ground there for a second. As you can see, if you can see it through my camera phone, you can see just a real general outline here of the green. Okay, we're not trying to overpower the sand color and everything like that, because Jeremiah, he tends to hunt in the marshy areas, and this is what we got. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over, okay, and we're going to do the very same thing again with the same old bundle of pine straw. Probably going to need a little bit more, son. And in the future in our videos, like I said, we're a brand new channel. We're going to dedicate this channel to our Army veterans, our first responders and all, which I do. I'm a firefighter, paramedic down here for Walthamville Fire Department in Liberty County, Georgia. And so is my wife. My wife's a sergeant in Georgia National Guard. So every video that we do, we will dedicate the video to those individuals, past and present. Okay, so back to the paint. Again, we're just going to go over it. Just let the paint get down in there. And again, we've got the magazine in the magazine well to keep paint from dripping down into the mag well. Hog hunting is, like I said, I consider it a dangerous game. We don't want any malfunctions, and any kind of malfunction with an AR rifle could lead to something catastrophic, injury or death. And then here real soon, we're probably going to do another video on firearm safety. There's a million of them out there also, but my family and I, we decided why not. We'll share what knowledge we have, and again, we are by no means experts. Okay. In fact, my wife had to show me how to completely break down an AR rifle. Okay, so yes, guys, my wife showed me how to break down an AR-15. So I'm actually kind of new to the rifle. I'm familiar with it, but I'm new to actually doing all this. This is the only factory built rifle that we have. Everything else I've learned from friends and have built them. I've got a 458, a 6.5 Grendel, and we got two 5.56 rifles that we're doing. And my son and I, we are debating on whether or not to build my son Jeremiah and I are deciding whether or not to build the infamous 350 Legend, or if we're going to go with the new 458 Hammer. It's what I understand is a round even more powerful than the 458 SOCOM, which is what I deer and hog hunt with. So, all right, here we go. We're going to take all the pine straw off, and look at there. Okay, let me clean it off real good here. All right, Paul, go ahead and if you can use your other hand and pull that pine straw out of there. Jeremiah, come and clean the board off. Okay, so here, take the pine straw out of that. Okay, see there? There we go. You want to make sure you get everything off of there, because especially when it comes down to the moment of truth, when it comes to actually firing the rifle. Okay, you may have to dust it off a little better, son. All right, see there? Jeremiah, this is your rifle. What are you thinking about it?
So far, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Go back over it again with a little bit less pine straw. Make the green a little bit darker.
Well, honestly, I think we ought to leave the green as it is, because where you hunt, there's not a whole lot of green. There's more brown. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get several twigs and several branches, and let's cover it with that. Okay, and then we'll go over it with the brown. I could not get the brown in the camouflage, so I just got some regular old brown. Okay, this pretty much matches the color of natural pine straw. You know, it's a little bit lighter, but this has been down for a while. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to take these limbs, okay, and we're just going to place them at random. Okay, like I said, this is not a work of a precision work of art when it comes to camoing a rifle. The main thing is to break up the silhouette, because the evil black rifle, which this will no longer be. Okay, so grab a couple more twigs, Jeremiah, and everything. So, and that's another reason why we're doing this, is because we don't want any evil black rifles in our arsenal here. So, I'm sorry if I offend anybody with that, but this is America. We have freedom of speech, and if you don't like it, don't watch my video any further. So, anyway, here we go, folks. We're going to do this here. We got the limbs, all right? And then we're going to dust this with the brown, okay? Now, all right. Shake this off, or shake this up real good. Make sure that you do shake your cans up real good, because a while ago we were putting on the base paint. I had to wipe off a little bit off the magazine, which you can see here, over here on this side here. This is a plastic PMag. Most of the time we use standard military metal magazines, because they're quite in abundance around here. People get them and they say, "Do you want them?" I say, "Absolutely." So anyway, here we go, and I'm just gonna go down, hit it, and all that. We're not gonna go a full width over here. This is basically gonna break this up a little bit, and then when we're done with this, we're gonna go over. We're gonna use a laundry bag, and we're gonna hit it with that and give it the scaling look. Laundry bag right there, $2 at Walmart. Everything I got here, I got at Walmart, and I spent a total of about $27, $28, including buying the painter's tape, the handle here. I have arthritis, so this makes it a little bit easier, and that type of thing. So here we go. What we're going to do is we're just going to hit it, just like this. See? Just like that. Okay? Just go over it a little bit, and then remove them. Okay? Yeah, we got a little bit of overspray on it, but hey, that's okay. All right? A little bit of overspray is not going to hurt anything, because it's a camo pattern, right? Okay. Now, Jeremiah, this is kind of your first thing. You see what I was talking about with just the light and a little bit heavier up front?
Yeah.
This is what's going to be seen, okay? From the time you're going to have here. And this actually gives it a little dirty look, okay? So, and then when we're done, we'll go back over it with the dark olive drab green with the camo net, okay? So, let me hit a little bit here. There we go, okay? So, and the good thing about using these spray paints, instead of like Cerakote or Duracoating, if you don't like what you got, you can take some mineral spirits, dunk the rifle, and it all comes completely clean. You can start over, or you can paint over this, okay? So, you can also clean your rifle with mineral spirits. I tend not to, because mineral spirits and that whatnot will actually damage the base coating on the rifle itself. And that's not what we're here to do. So, we're going to flip her over. And this rifle's name is
Bob.
Bob. Yes, we name all of our rifles. I tend to want to name mine after Marvel characters, but Jeremiah chose Bob. So, I'm going to need some more sticks, Jeremiah. So, it's kind of a joke. Everybody loves Bob. I even have an Uncle Bob, believe it or not.
Minion Bob.
Anyway, and then the Minion Bob. Yes, Bob, the Minion Bob is my favorite minion.
From Despicable Me.
So, that's right, from Mr. Despicable Me. Here we go. Jeremiah's got some more sticks. and we're gonna just stick it up. Excuse the pun.
No pun intended.
Right, no pun intended, Paul. Exactly. All right. So here we go. Gonna go over it, shake it again, and just hit it. There we go. Just like that. Here, let's hit that. There we go. All right. Take them off. Go to the side. Jeremiah, this is actually starting to look pretty good, buddy. So, like I said, it's got that dirty look to it. Okay. And then a lot of people are really getting into this weathered look, or this battle hardened look. You know, the heck with that. You shoot this thing enough times, hold the paint and all that, it's going to get there because the paint's going to wear off where you hold it. And then again, you just repaint it. Okay. Personally, I like a paint scheme on a rifle to last. That's why I chose Rust-Oleum. There we go. Yeah. And this will, like I said, we got a little more brown rose than I wanted to put on it, but truthfully, like I said, where Jeremiah hunts, these are his colors in the area, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to blend in. We also do a lot of varmint hunting, okay? We hunt coyotes out there on Fort Stewart when they allow it, and that type of thing. So, and then Fort Stewart's not the only place we hunt. We actually hunt on WMAs and private property and everything. So that's our big thing. Okay, even though the rifle is still a little bit tacky, what we're going to do now is we're going to let this dry for a minute, okay? I'm going to get a drink, and then we will come back and I will go over with the netting and give it the scales process, okay? All right, be right back.
Stop it.
Hit stop, yeah.